Yes. So, hello, good afternoon, viewers at home. I remain Nadio Olatunde Michael. This is another opportunity for us to review all our past videos on Omega Bio-Edutainment Hub, which is the hub that actually provides educational series for us. When we started the videos on genetics, we have actually talked about a lot of things. We started the lecture with the terms and terminologies in genetics. Don't forget that I told us that genetics is actually the genetics is the study of heredity and variation. Study of heredity and variation. And don't forget that I told you that there are some traits that are hereditary and there are some that are not hereditary. I told you that variation is not actually variation in biology or in genetics. It's not actually the same variation just like what we have in mathematics. In mathematics, we have inverse variation, we have direct variation, and variation that has to do with genetical variation is just of differences and similarities. So whatever you share with your parents, that is a set of similar traits, and those ones that make you to be too different from each other is exactly what is called a variation. So, and the science of studying heredity and variation, I said, is nothing but variation. Now again, we first of all started with some knowing what a gene is. Don't forget that I told us if this is a chromosome, if this is a chromosome, or let me say inside the cell, let's say this is a cell, and inside the cell you have this is cytoplasm, and this one is the nucleus. So inside that nucleus, you have set of chromosomes. Like in human, we have 23 pairs of chromosomes, and in grasshopper we have just 8 chromosomes. So inside that chromosome, we now have inside the nucleus we have chromosomes, and on the chromosome are located the gene. We have a gene, and that is a DNA. So a gene is a segment on DNA is what is called. You should know that. And we also talk about carrier. Carrier is just a carrier is somebody who is a heterozygote for a given trait or a given character. For example, when you have somebody who is hemophiliac, by possession of age. So somebody is going to be carried age, small age, which is heterozygote for that same condition. And I also mentioned something about sickle cell. One way or the other, they are AS. So AS is a carrier under that. Then again, I made mention of allele, the form of a gene. The opposite of a gene is allele. So if a gene is a capital letter H, which is actually responsible for height, for example, so small letter H will be an allele to that. Or when you have capital letter T and a small letter T, this one is going to be an allele, which is going to be responsible for shortness. Then dominant. I told us that in terms of dominant, especially in Mendelian principles, Mendelian principle believe that there is law of dominance. That is, you have one trait. That is, a trait is represented by a pair. So, and out of this pair, there is one that will overshadow the expression of the other one. So that is a trait. Sorry, that is dominant. And the opposite of dominant is recessive. For example, capital letter R is dominant if it is responsible for round or red. So wherever wherever small letter r is going to be recessive. And this is the symbol for first filial generation. I told you that first filial generation is a set of the offspring that is directly the resultant result of cross fertilization of the parental uh, cells. So that is first filial generation. And I told us that Mendelian principle, all the first filial generation, all will be what? Heterozygotes. Okay. Then again, Punnett square, for example, we have been making use of Punnett square because this is just a diagrammatic representation or square representation of genetic crossing. So, and that is a Punnett square, you know that. And genome is a set of gene, the sum total of genotype in an organism is called the genome. So then genotype actually means that the set of genes. Genome is a set of sum total of genotype, whereas genotype is a set sum total of gene. So you need to know that. Then heterozygote, hetero from different. So zygote from fertilization, that is product of male and female gamete, is called a zygote. That is fertilization. So hetero, that is a capital letter and small letter. Okay. Then homo, that is homo means same. Homo means same, and zygote is from zygosis or zygote. So then again, cross fertilization, reproductive fertilization in an organism is what is called meiosis. So that is fertilization, and that is only a product whereby you have half the opportunity for an organism, half of its male chromosome. In man now, which has 2 into 23. So 23 here, 23 is a product of meiosis. And we have meiosis 1, we have meiosis 2. Mono